the Deputy Inspector General of Police, the two Deputy Inspectors General of Police, and the Director of Criminal Investigations. It also amended to remove the security of tenure that these people enjoyed. So at the end of the day, the police are put under the command of whoever has the capacity to appoint the IG, to appoint the deputy IGs, and to appoint the DCI. And you have seen that from that 2014, the appointments of these people have not been on merit. They have been based on a standard that has escaped the comprehension of some of us who pursue detail. It's a mysterious standard. So, in a situation like that, where the police are basically working at the pleasure of the president, the police command is working at the pleasure of the president, that police force can hardly be independent. It's not independent. It can hardly be professional. So I think we need to look at the police issues in slightly more serious manner than we do. Right now, if you go to my county, we have got an AP police station in Busia town, which is right on the border. The other side of the compound opens into Uganda. How safe are those policemen? If you go to Teso Central, which was created simply recently, which was carved out of Teso South, the Teso South group moved out with all the equipment. The officer who sits in Amukura in Teso Central, the police, the AP police, have nothing to use. And then they are respect to police. Those kind of conditions will not create an environment where policing can be considered to be democratic policing or the policing that is required in a democratic republic like Kenya. So it's my plea to this House that as we look at this motion, which is a good motion, maybe we consider expanding it to cover the totality of the welfare of the police. So that once you have taken care of the individual who is supposed to police us, then you can expect them to keep those standards that we have placed upon them. But if we violate the rights of the police to housing, the rights of the police to fair salaries, the rights of police to other things that we seek to enjoy, the rights to education, to health, working conditions. You find policemen have got no vehicles, or if they have a vehicle, they've got no fuel. They're buying uniforms. They're not supplied with uniforms. When they come on operations, we're having the riots we have, the demonstrations we had in this country recently. I used to look at the policemen, and none of them, there were no rations. Even water, a person is doing very serious work of protecting society. He has to go and buy water. There's no backup. What happens to police rations? What happens to these rations that go for operations? When you look at the budgets, there's a lot of money for operations. There's a lot of money for whatever. Where does that money go? And especially the lower ranks of the police. They go out, they work very hard, they sleep rough. Then they are sometimes paid some small allowances, which again they are seen as steal. So I think we need to address the question of policing in Kenya in a more comprehensive and exhaustive manner, beyond what this motion is proposing, and maybe include some of the issues that are in this motion, so that, having expanded this motion, we can comprehensively and conclusively say that we have addressed the question of policing. Otherwise, we shall be like people putting balm on a septic wound. These cameras might turn out to just be a decoration. If they can be turned off without consequences, as it happened in Ojwang's case, we need a legal framework whereby there are consequences for turning off a body cam or a vehicle camera or things, a dash cam or something like that. We must have a legal framework for addressing those kind of excesses. So I would request that As I support this motion, I would request that maybe the draft of the motion considers expanding it beyond the presentation of a cultural problem as one that can be fixed with technology, to go and address the underlying problems that are bringing policing into disrepute in this country. It's very disheartening to see a police officer walking in torn shoes. It's very sad. The constable on the beat is the symbol of the republic. That's why it's a police officer who wears the crown on their head. The emblem is worn, they wear on their body, the security officers. The military people, the police, they wear it on their body. On the president, the emblem is placed on the wall. Even Madam Speaker, the emblem for you is on the wall up there, it's not on your body. It's only a police officer. It's only a security officer, military officer, who wear those things, because security is a major ingredient of a republic. And so if it's a pillar of the republic, how are we treating our security people? How are we treating our security? We have seen in Boni, wherever they are being killed, they are dying. How did we get accountability? Why people would be in a war zone in a light-skinned vehicle that goes over a landmine and they all die? I have a motion in this house, a petition in this house, where more than 400 police officers who were injured in the course of duty have been assessed and cleared for compensation, have for years not been paid. What is happening? When you come to the question of promotion within the ranks and files, those who don't know anybody never get promoted. Promotions have become a preserve of relatives, friends, and the connected. The force is dying, the force is crying, and it is this house which has the tools and the capacity to save the Kenya Police Service, the administration police, and in general the entire National Police Service. We are also seeing the incessant fights between the Inspector General of Police and the Commissioner, the Commission, the National Police Service Commission. These are among other things that are again undermining policing in this country. We have now seen two court cases have been filed. Why is it not possible for this house to look into these things and make, if the law is having a lacuna, this house should fix the lacuna. We have got Professor Ojanda here, very seasoned professor of law. They could help us to fix those kind of lacunas so that we can have the intention of the framers of the Constitution, who came up with the National Police Service to oversight the human resource needs of the police, to do so. We also need to look at the question of a police union. The police in this country must be allowed to form a labor union like policemen across the world have, so that their needs can also be addressed in a formal and structured manner. The idea that the police cannot form a union that they can go to when they are in distress is one of the issues that is contributing to the mental illness many policemen are facing today, the suicides, the murders, the desertions, and the later the work. I don't know, almost today an average policeman in Kenya is a drunkard. Some are even obese. They're supposed to be soldiers, they're obese. Total disorganization in the force. So we need to bring discipline back, but we need to do it comprehensively and look at the culture of policing in this country. And then once we get the police properly...
Senator Majority, what is your point of order?
Madam Speaker, I was really enjoying the submissions by my friend Senator Omtatah and learning a thing or two until he uttered the words that the average policeman is a drunkard. Mr. Speaker, I think that's an unfair judgment on our officers. While there is an alcohol problem, which even none of